Hey everybody, Real with Wes coming at you this week. I know I missed you guys last week. I was busy all week and dealing with a second year anniversary, not dealing with, but getting to deal with a second year anniversary, which is really cool. I celebrated that with my wife. We had an awesome time. Thank you guys for the shout outs, the prayers, the calls, all that stuff. Thank you guys. And man, I'm excited for our third year. And it's just awesome getting to spend life with the most amazing person ever. But let me get into this week actually in encouragement. Man, this week I want you to come encourage and strengthen. I know life can sometimes feel really heavy on your shoulders and really heavy on your head. So I just want to talk about, what do we do when the pressure's on? So I'm going to talk about when the pressure's on this week. Life will present forks in the road, situations, obstacle, hurdles. People will do things. We'll get in our own messes and the pressure will get on. And the pressure will try to force you into all these different things, by the way. So what do I do? Well, the first thing, I'm going to give you some things to help you mentally. The first thing I know, in all this, I will deal with the part, of course, ultimately trust God. That's the easy thing to throw out there. But the most important thing, by the way, is trusting God. But what are some of the mental traps we need to navigate when the pressure's on? Because ultimately, you're trying to figure out, what is the will of God in this moment? What is the right decision? What is up and down? What do I do? It's easy to get lost in the fog. It's easy to get lost in confusion and all these things when the pressure's on. And it's easy to be reactive. So my first thing is, when the pressure's on, first of all, don't get lost in beating yourself up. It's easy. I do this still whenever I mess up or the financial pressure on, especially. I start thinking about every little thing I should or shouldn't have spent. And I'm thinking, well, if I didn't spend this, if I didn't do that, if I didn't do this, or maybe if I did that, why? I start beating myself up. And the enemy wants you to get there because you'll get so distracted with beating yourself up, you'll take your head out of the game completely and you'll miss it. When God is not even concerned about that. I hope you hear that. God is not concerned about whether you made mistakes or not. And you cannot take every little thing based on your perfection or your lack of perfection is why you are where you are today. That defies grace. Grace knows how to even make your mistakes to prosper. So even if you're wrong at place at the wrong time or did the wrong thing, God knows how to do a course correction. So do not get lost in condemnation, shame, guilt, the what if, beating yourself up. That's not relevant. Even if you made the mistake to get there, just simply say, God, I made some mistakes. I need your help. God is always willing to meet you where you are. But also, here's the other thing. The majority of the times, I'll be honest with you, where you're at is just called life. You're going through life. You're going through the frustration. You're going through what maybe other people decided. You're going through a world that's spiraling out of control. You're just going through what we're all going through, which is ups and downs in life. The reason you don't want to get in yourself beating yourself up, you're going to deny yourself help because it brings you to this place of feeling unworthy and thinking, well, God won't help me. Or you'll resist help from God because you're like, I don't deserve it, which that's so far from grace and his love, by the way. Don't get lost in that. So my encouragement today, what do I leave you with in this moment? These are just quick encouragements. Don't get lost in beating yourself up. It's not relevant. God knows how to make the mistakes prosper. God knows how to lead you out of those things. It is called the learning curve in life, and you cannot expect your overall success to be based in your perfection or the lack thereof. No, it's you pursuing God each day, doing the best of what you know to do, making the corrections where you see you need to make correction, but keep moving forward and don't get lost in that. Because if you'll stick with it, God will bring you out of it. Don't get lost in beating yourself up today. Live above that. You're forgiven, you're free, and God's help is more than enough and more than available. All right, guys, catch you tomorrow.